abroad for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is the author of the book Armchair Iceland, no other than Miss Katie Wong.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Miss Katie, and can you please introduce more about yourself and welcome to Book 101?
Yeah, sure. So I am an indie author. I write under the pen name of Vegout Voyage. It kind of gives you an idea that it's travel related and it's vegging out. So it's armchair travel, virtual travel, however you want to call it. So I kind of came up with this niche that talks about traveling to different cultures, different countries. But the format is actually an adult puzzle game book. So if you know anybody that's interested in puzzle games, like Sudoku, Wordle, those kind of stuff, then please mention my name to them. I am super new, so I'm looking for my audience. This is my second book, but really the first one that I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I mean, hello, everyone.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, Miss Katie, Armchair Iceland, can you tell us about this book of yours?
Yeah, so just like all of the books that I made and plan to make, it will be a variety puzzle book, which means that pretty much every page will have a different puzzle type for you to solve. The puzzles are not designed to be like super challenging. It really is a vehicle for me to talk about Iceland in this book. And so, segueing into the Iceland and the travel part, Iceland is really special for me because it was like the very last place that I visited right before COVID. We were there for like the like New Year vacation for 2020. And yeah, so you know what happened to the world right after that. And like I started working from home after COVID and didn't like really had another vacation until like 3 4 years later. So yeah, I was pretty obsessed with Iceland when we were all in lockdown. I was just like watching YouTube videos and like reading Iceland related uh literature. So a lot of those went into this book. This book not only has all of the like hotspots for tourists, it also talks a little bit about, like for travelers, how do you drive in the snow? And for people who are not actually going to Iceland, they can get movie and TV recommendations. They can like listen to Icelandic music, Icelandic pop music, like Bjork and a lot of others that probably you haven't heard of before. Um, yeah, so I hope there's something for everybody. I know it's not like a super popular concept, but I'm looking for people who might be into, puzzle and learning a little bit about Iceland.
How does Armchair Iceland blend travel, storytelling, and puzzle in a unique way?
Yeah, so basically, when you open the book, you are immediately invited to start solving puzzles. Um, it's I would say it's like a blend between different puzzle types like crossword, word search, those kind of stuff, with trivia, or you have to go online. I will give you like QR codes and you go online and start searching for information. Once you solve either the puzzle or like whatever question I throw at you, you will unlock the travel information. So either it's like um oh, I know where this location is, I can find it on Google, Earth, or I might ask you to do like a connect the dot, and then the end image is actually a very famous sculpture in, say, Akureyri. In it's one of the cities in northern Iceland. And so yeah, it all of the travel information is factual, and it's, professionally researched and fact checked. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I also hope people just like take it easy, enjoy. It's not a serious book. I just want people to have a good time.
Who is your ideal reader, and what experience do you hope they have with the book?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I am writing for Americans, adults. Um, I think teenagers and older preteens will be able to enjoy most of the book, but I kind of say that it's for general adults because I don't really like shy away from, say, if there's a movie that's really good and it happened to be R-rated, I'm still gonna talk about it in the book. Um, so that is one reason. The other one is that I really wanted to bring like a bigger world to, just like everyday Americans. Our country, I feel like we hold a lot of power against other countries sometimes. And I feel like if we can overall elevate our understanding of the world, and like understand that there are different perspectives, people live different ways, there are different decision making paradigms, it will not only make this world a more harmonious place, hopefully, um, it will also help ourselves feel better. I think the knowledge is kind of like a resource for you to live happily. The reason why I say these, it's because I grew up in three different countries, and sometimes I see people, I guess, get offended or get irritated, feel negative about things they don't quite understand. Um, and yeah, I feel like a lot of those can be mitigated just by understanding there are other normal people living their day to day life just in a slightly different way. And this is what I hope to bring to people. Just like the internet is so convenient nowadays. And so I guess it's a way for me to curate internet information and bring it to you. And you can choose if you're more into, like looking at tourists, like buildings, architecture, that kind of stuff. Or maybe you're more interested in, oh, so this is how the YouTubers in Iceland look like. I think whatever you're into, exposure is what I'm looking for.
Can you describe how the puzzle and challenges work within the travel narrative?
Like I can talk about it in a couple ways, but what's top of my mind about travel and puzzle book is the production, actually. So yeah, you know that I am a self-publishing indie author. I hang with a lot of, like there are a lot of Facebook groups with like writers and self-publishing people. The self-publishing industry is getting more and more mature, which is really good. It's amazing. So many tools are available to us that weren't like available even 5 years ago. So that was really good. My challenge per se is that my book is not, like dense with text. So there's a lot of like technical issues. For example, some of the book publishing places like Ingram Spark, they just refuse to distribute it to retailers, and I have to find other ways to, show myself to potential readers. There are also other things. So, for example, I have puzzles that um, crosses the pages, so it like spans across two pages. Um, so I needed pretty precise gutter, which means that you open the book and the middle is kind of like you leave a space so that it's not like yeah, so it's not like covering the text when you open the book, and you don't have to break the spine in order to see the text. So all of these like little things, I find it hard to find someone that can can tell me like what to do, and like how to go about these things. I Yeah, haven't really found success cases that much. And so I am pretty just doing a lot of crossover. I am in writers groups, and sometimes I am like in e-commerce groups. Sometimes I talk to Etsy people where they mostly do like handmade craft. And so yeah, it's a very interesting experience. But yeah, definitely not easy.
Yes, not easy, people. So, what types of puzzles can readers expect?
Yeah, so I would say there's at least 30 different kinds. My book is 148 pages. Um and I would say w- yeah, every 1 or 2 pages you get a new puzzle type. And sometimes I will have like a short written paragraph on one page, and then the next page starts another puzzle. I cover all of the heavy hitters. I have three crossword in there, covering different topics. I have word search. I have Sudoku. For people who just want to relax, I have mazes and connect the dots, and look at the differences. The find out the differences in the two images. That kind of stuff. Yeah, and there's actually like a lot of softwares that help make puzzle design easier. And so yeah, I'm connecting with those people as well. It's very interesting. I have a lot of ideas for for new puzzle types like word ladder, stuff like that. Yeah. um what else is in there? I have trivia. I have cryptogram. Basically, I don't know if that's the right name, but basically I want you to decode like a English sentence, and the missing English letters are represented with numbers to start with, and you'll have to decode that. So I think I have everything. um I tried to make it not too difficult. I want it to be friendly and suitable for all skill levels. And if you are an adult, you think you're just like curious, you can do online searches, this will work.
Miss Katie, how did you balance the factual details about Iceland with fictional storytelling?
Oh, yeah. So thanks for asking that. I have one chapter that is kind of a fictional story that's like told in kind of a Dungeon and Dragon Quest kind of style. You have to roll your dice to determine where you go next. In that, I have some, like elves and dragons. I think because I trust that I'm writing to adults, um, I trust that people will be able to discern what is true and what is not. Even for the part that is not true, um, I try to base it on Icelandic or Viking tales, it will definitely be related to that country, the spirit of that culture. I am not the kind of author that comes up with fictional plots. That's simply not my interest. And so everything I do is based on what that country can give me.
Miss Katie, as an author, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Oh God, I have big plans. I wanted to do every single country. Yeah, so I'm definitely starting with the heavy hitters. I think Iceland is great. I'll probably do Barcelona, Dubai, the big tourist spots, in order to get some eyes on my new brand, I would say. But I also want to, eventually do something like Armchair Uganda, something like that. There are places that's less advocated in our country, and that doesn't mean that they're less interesting. So if I can find interesting facts, or new perspectives that might make people think, then I want to make a book of it. Yeah, so big plans, but I move really slow.
Hmm.
Iceland took me 1 year, and so realistically, I don't know. I wanted to do as much as possible.
Yes, slowly but surely, Miss Katie, and good luck to your goals and looking forward for more success. And what would
Thanks.
be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be an author like you?
Oh, there are so many different kinds. Um, First of all, do you want to do puzzle book, or do you want to write, novels? That will be very different. If you want to write dense text novels, hang with other writers, hone your craft, and don't expect to succeed the first time. It takes time. The book industry takes time, and marketing your book also takes time. It's slow coming, but you will gain momentum. Um, for people who want to do puzzle books like me, I have some pretty concrete things I can tell you. For example, what software to use. What came to mind is BookBolt. There is also the like puzzle generator. Um, and then there's another indie author called Keith Wheeler. He does a lot of puzzle books and have marketing success. So I will look into these, get familiar with the online free resources, and if you need more help, there are definitely seasoned writers and seasoned self-publishing people who offer like mentorship. Do not go to those like vanity publishing press that wastes your money, and they don't really want to know you. So don't take shortcuts.
Yes, don't take shortcuts, people. As Miss Katie said, slowly but surely. And thank you for that advice, Miss Katie. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Ah, Things Fall Apart by oh my gosh, Chinua Achebe. Yeah, so I want to say that was like one of the very first book I read that is told completely from like a African's perspective. And because it was translated to English so well, like you can understand not only what happens in terms of plot, you also understand the characters like thinking process. And that is so influential to me. Like I think when people understand the underlying, like why people are doing different things. That is the fundamental connection that, humanity is about.
Indeed, and thank you for that recommended book, Miss Katie. And do you plan to create more armchair travel books for other destinations?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, I had a first book. Iceland is my second book. My first book is crappy, and I really want to update it. It will be set in Barcelona. I have talked to a few editors that know Spanish, and so I feel pretty confident we can like make it better this time. I also wanted to do Germany. I was born in Germany, and so I really need to do one. Taiwan is where I lived for almost 2 decades, and people need to know it's a beautiful country. There are so many things I want to do. But yeah, I'll try to take it one step at a time. But yeah.
One step at a time, baby steps. And Miss Katie, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and Law 101 and Mental Health 101 are my baby podcast. Love Letters in its first season, third season, Movie 101 review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Katie, if you or what's one thing you hope readers take away from Armchair Iceland, whether about travel, puzzles, or adventure?
Have fun with my puzzles. If you feel like it, you can leave an Amazon book review.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Katie Wang, because if you support her, for sure, more and more and more empowering books like this to come. So, Miss, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your books?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And please support my books. Tell more people about the puzzle book that I have. Thanks.
Yes, so where do people buy your book, Miss Katie?
It's available on Amazon, and I have additional merch on my vegoutvoyage.com website.
Yes, people, again, let's support Miss Katie Wang, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering books like this to come. So, Miss Katie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel.
More to come, people. See you soon.